Hello, I'm Angelina Kardash, your certified longevity coach, anti-aging wellness educator, and a founder of the Anti-Aging Wellness Academy. Today, you're going to discover how to tap into two of the most powerful systems inside your body, GLP-1 activation and NRF2 pathway. So you can support fat loss, you can boost energy, you can balance blood sugar, you can activate deep cellular healing. And this short webinar is designed to educate and to empower you and to give you all the information so you can reactivate this powerful healing inside of it. And this conversation is very personal to me. And I know that many of us stuck, right? Stuck in a body that isn't responding when we feel exhausted, inflamed, or out of alignment. And what changed everything for me was learning how to work with my body, not against it. And I am basically thrilled to have a dear friend with me today, Dr. Catalina. She is brilliant functional medicine doctor who specializes in metabolic health and root cause transformation. And we have some incredible conversation behind the scene, and I just couldn't wait to bring one of those to you today. Hi, Catalina, and welcome. And I'm so glad to have you here with me today.
Thank you, Angelina. So happy to be here. And I love your energy and your passion. And I think that what aligned us so well and made us, start this journey together because both of us are passionate about really finding the root cause for people's problems and help everybody feel really the best possible, the best that they can feel. And we definitely have a few secrets to share with everybody.
Yes, and I'm so excited to talk about those secrets. And before we dive into the science and all those solutions, I want to start with our listeners who are watching us right now. Have you ever felt like your body doing everything right? You know, you're eating right, you're working out, you're cutting sugar, and yet your body is not responding. Or maybe you're stuck in this frustrating cycle of cravings and energy crashes, and the number of the scale that just is not moving, or maybe it moved a little bit and then it's up again, or maybe you feel like your brain and your body are just aging faster, right? So most of us have been taught to fight our body instead of working with them, right? So like we see all this and hear all this traditional advice. So just cut your calories, right? And eat less and just exercise more, but it doesn't really help us, right? Because it's not addressing the root cause, right? Because we still have all these hormonal balances and gut dysfunction and cellular inflammation. And when we give our body what it needs, then it just heals itself quickly, right? So, and we see all these amazing results. So, Catalina, I want to start our conversation today with GLP-1 because we see it everywhere, right? Social media is packed with all this influencer talking about GLP-1 agonists and how they lose weight. And I'm talking about medications like Ozempic, Manjaro for weight loss, right? And can you explain what is GLP-1 agonist and why it's such a big deal? And what is the problem with medication like GLP-1 agonists?
Absolutely. So I think a lot of people don't realize that our body produces GLP-1. It's a hormone. It's called glucagon-like peptide 1. And we produce this in the gut, our intestine. But that production goes down with age, with diabetes development, with lifestyle choices, with the standard American diet choices, because we inflame, we mismanage our intestinal health. And this hormone is supposed to help us balance the sugars, slow down the transit of food through the stomach so that we can feel fuller for longer periods of time, not be like immediately looking for a snack after eating a full meal, and tells your body that you're full and not crave for carbohydrates, which most people do. And the big advertisement around GLP-1 agonists, which are the medications that mimic this hormone, and it binds to those receptors in the body to act like the hormone. But actually, we don't know what happens with our own production of GLP-1 hormone when those medications are introduced to the body. There's no research behind that, which is interesting, don't you think?
Absolutely, yes, yes. And I also like what I researched about the GLP-1 agonists, right? When I look in, all this buzz around us, is that there are so many side effects, right? So, and by the way, I mean, I just read clinical research that was just published in the scientific literature that people actually experience muscle mass. So it's not a fat loss. So people lose up to 40% muscle mass, right? So, and there is a black warning, FDA black warning about cancer. So, like, what else can you talk from the medical perspective? What are the side effects of taking those GLP-1 medications that people are just maybe not aware of?
Absolutely. Um, at the beginning, the GLP-1 medications were used for diabetes treatment, and they were used in smaller amount. But with the development of weight loss benefits with these medications, higher doses were developed and different brands appeared. And these are used now almost exclusively for weight loss. The problem is that they are not the real thing, they're not the real hormone. So they do not give you the benefits, all the benefits that the real hormone does. So these medications actually cause more muscle loss because people feel more tired. They don't have the energy that the hormone actually gives you. They do not experience better sleep that the hormone actually gives you. They do not improve their health overall, their intestinal health, which is paramount. In functional medicine, we call the intestine the center of the universe, because if we don't have a healthy intestine to absorb all the nutrients that we need and to eliminate all the debris or the residue that we don't need, toxins and everything, the body it gets sick. So when these medications are put into the system, they just decrease your appetite and they slow down the transit of food through the stomach. But they do not give you energy. They do not improve your sleep. They do not decrease your inflammation and restore your gut health. So guess what? It's like almost putting a Band-Aid on a wound. You're not going to see the wound anymore. Maybe if you have some antibiotic in that Band-Aid, it's going to help a little bit. But the truth be told, studies have shown that most people regain their weight within 1 year from stopping that medication. And the problem is that people lose, like you said, up to 40% muscle mass. So when they regain the weight, they regain fat on top of less muscle, which is really not healthy. And the other problem is that because people feel that they're not hungry, some people are even nauseated with the medications, they do not eat the right amount of protein. And we cannot survive without protein. And that's why, and they feel tired on top of it, and they feel nauseated. Some people feel depressed. There have been, I guess, with more use of this medication and the different brands, there have been even visual disturbances, side effects, where people lost some of their sight. And this is really scary. And I believe that, again, with widespread, the more people use these medications, of course, we're going to see more and more side effects. So why not try something that your body really produces? Why not try to activate that, find out how this is possible? But I guess until now, people were not aware that this is possible. So I'm very happy to bring good news here.
Yes, and I so much agree with you with everything that you just said, and we just see it everywhere, right? We just see it everywhere, and malabsorption. That's one of the biggest like issues when people just they don't feel the urge to eat, and they survive maybe on a small piece of crackers and like a sandwich, so it's not nutrient density food. And basically, I mean, they're just eating more carbs, so they're as you said, they're not looking into protein, so they really hunger their body, right? So, and I mean, their digestive system is completely shuts down after that. So again, I mean, like we want to talk today and bring to your attention something very powerful, and we want to talk to you about like an amazing system. It's called Mind Body GLP-1 system. And it's not a medication, it's not this GLP-1 agonist. This system really helps your body reactivate your own GLP-1 production. Okay. And with that, you get all the benefits. You're not just controlling your cravings, you're overeating, you feel satisfied. You also heal your gut. So Carolina, let's talk about this system. Let's talk about two parts of the system, which is the product called MB Core and MB Enhance.
Absolutely. So this product was formulated with the idea to support the production of GLP-1 hormone in the intestine. So the components are two. One is called MB Core, which contains a blend of natural products, everything natural, that supports the production of GLP-1. And it also inhibits some of the enzymes that degrade that GLP-1. The second component is MB Enhance. It's a powder with a lot of fiber, 13 grams of fiber. This supports your intestinal bacteria, the good bacteria, and with pore-forming probiotics that enhance the health of your intestine, produce these short-chain fatty acids, butyrate, and with vitamins and other products in there that support the production of GLP-1. This way, actually, you are creating the best environment for this to be produced. You are helping your body digest food better, enhance the health of your intestine. And the interesting part is, I don't know if everybody knows this, but when you eat a lot of fiber before a meal, and these are designed to be taken before meals, you actually interfere, you decrease the absorption of fat and sugar from your meals. So we've seen a lot of benefits, a lot of even blood test improvements with these products. And that's the consequence of how well it works naturally to how comprehensive the approach is actually on our body. It's not just weight loss. This is not just a weight loss supplement. It's a whole body reset, metabolic reset product.
Yeah, I like
Because
how you
so
bring
many
this up. So it's a
improve.
I like how you bring up the whole body metabolic reset product. That exactly what it is. Because again, I mean, it's not just cravings. It's, we improve digestion, right? So we stabilize your blood sugar spikes, right? Because I mean, we all of us, I mean, who are 90% of Americans have metabolic dysfunction. 90%. That's, like even like almost everyone. So, and when we know what to do, so how to fix this metabolism, right? So then we can regulate your body. And this product, that's what it does. It just helps, to reset your body on the metabolic level, right? So, and then you will experience the fat loss, because fat loss comes as the kind of side effects of healing of your body, right? So we're not just talking about the fat loss, right? It's impossible to do in the body that is inflamed. So Catalina.
Absolutely. An inflamed body will not release fat. And that's what people don't understand, that is not talked about in traditional medicine. They
Mhm,
say, oh, go exercise, try harder,
mhm.
right? We've all heard that. Try harder. And trying harder, doing the same thing that doesn't work, is not going to give you the different results. Definitely not, because exercising harder on an inflamed body, putting that stress on an inflamed body, is just going to make it worse, so much worse.
Yeah, it will create more cellular inflammation. That's what it is. So what's going to happen when someone starts this product? Can you just walk us through through the process?
Absolutely. So when you take this product, your body starts healing. So first of all, you feel fuller for longer periods of time, and your appetite is decreased. And it sends the message to the brain that you've had enough food, enough nutrition, and you don't have the cravings anymore. I've heard this saying, like, I don't have that tug of war in my brain. Oh, I want this. Oh, but I don't need it, but I want it. That disappears. And it distends the stomach a little bit with that fiber. So you also inhibit the production of this hunger hormone, ghrelin, it's called. And when the intestine works better, you feel lighter. You eliminate things better. Your brain gets the signal, right, that the bacteria in the gut are improving, and you don't have that inflammatory component anymore. And the other thing is that you start losing fat from the organs. In the clinical study, up to 27% of the fat in the organs, the visceral fat, we call it, was lost, which is amazing because the medications, GLP-1 mimickers, have published a 7% reduction in visceral fat. This product causes 27%. And again, it's just by how comprehensive its approach is. That's all. It's so much better to do the right thing than just putting a band-aid on things.
Yeah, absolutely. Are there any other results reported? What if the person does not really see any significant weight loss? And you just talked about the visceral fat. So, are there any other parameters that can actually show the results that, okay, this product really works?
Oh, absolutely. So we definitely recommend measuring, because when you lose fat, you're not going to see huge changes on the scale. Some people do, but some people don't. Because again, we're not losing muscle. So there was zero muscle loss with this product in 3 months in the clinical trial. But we're losing fat. So fat occupies a higher volume for a much smaller weight. So when you measure, you're going to see the change in inches around the chest, around the waist, around the hips. And so measurements are critical. The other thing I encourage everybody to do is monitor their sleep. We've seen for everyone improvement in the quality of sleep, deeper sleep, more REM, when you dream. So that's when memories are stored. So much more restorative sleep. So people have more energy. And of course, you're less inflamed, you're going to have more energy. Also, your gut feels better, your liver is detoxifying, working easier, and better. It's more efficient in detoxifying all the toxins. You're going to feel better. And the blood tests that we have run have shown definitely the decrease in inflammation of the liver, because fat deposit in the liver causes inflammation. So you see decrease in liver enzymes. We have seen that. It's not from the clinical trials. This is just from, experiences of, tens of thousands of people that have taken it so far. So the liver enzymes become better. The cholesterol, we've seen cholesterol improvements in people that have taken the product. It helps increase the digestive enzymes in the gut. So people don't feel bloated and, crampy after eating certain foods. And overall, people feel better. So it's skin improves, of course, because we all know the connection between the gut health, the bacterial imbalance in the gut, and the skin. So people with acne or eczema, those have, seen much less skin problems after taking the product. So it's, again, it helps everything. And you just have to monitor the journey, monitor your changes, and keep taking this for as long as you need to in order to achieve your health goals. But some say, I'll never stop because I feel so good with it, and it has so many protective effects. So GLP-1 actually has receptors in the brain and receptors in the cardiovascular system, on blood vessels and heart. So we improve actually our brain health and our cardiovascular health by having higher levels of GLP-1 in our body. So we're all for anti-aging, right? For healthy aging, better said. So it's like you're turning back time, literally.
Yes, absolutely. And I love, again, I mean, how you introduced it as a whole metabolic reset. So, what I'm hearing from you, so it's not just for people who wants to lose weight. No, it's basically for upregulating your metabolism, right? And again, I mean, metabolism, it's the first process that actually affect our aging. So if we, keep our metabolic health in check, right? So you're going to slow down your aging process, right? So again, it's not just for fat loss. And as Dr. Catalina explained to us, you have a problem with any metabolic dysfunction, whether it's a upregulated cholesterol or elevated A1C, so your blood, glucose spikes, right? Whatever is that. So, of course, your, waist circumstances, right? So everything. So, that's your metabolic dysfunction. So this product will help with regulating your metabolism. And I personally have been taking this product for, almost like 4 months. And because, in the last half year, due to the stress, I, gain, and also I'm going through the perimenopause. And when I started on this product, I mean, it was amazing, right? So, and what I noticed in myself, so it's not just, and again, for me, it was not scale. And then I even, you remember how, I mean, I asked you this question, Carolina, I don't really see the scale. And she said, okay, Angeline, did you measure yourself? And then, yeah, well, I just, basically shrinked one size. So that was the answer, because your visceral fat. So that goes away, right? And of course, the energy. And it's very easy to take this product, right? So, I mean, you're just basically take this 2 pills in the morning on empty stomach with the glass of water, and half hour later, you can introduce this MB Enhance, which is pretty much, it's a fiber and, like a prebiotics and, probiotics. So it's and we talk about also the how your digestive system, works, how you eliminate waste, and how, your waste is that you eliminate is basically becomes perfect, right? Can we talk about like a perfect shape of your waste? It's very important, right? So you poop, I mean, we actually look into that, what form and shape. So, and you see how your gut health is improving. So again, very easy to take this product. It gives you so much energy. And again, I mean, like just to make this process smooth, because maybe some people are not tolerated to such a big amounts of fiber in the beginning. This is why, this is kind of the rebalancing phase when you introduce fibers and nutrients into your body, right? Because probably you haven't had that enough for a while, so you can kind of control your bloating, right? So and more frequent bathroom visits. But again, I mean, within the week, it's all rebalances. It's all rebalance and it goes to normal. And then you just, you continue taking the, MB core and 4 scoops of the enhance. You start with 2, but then you go to 4. So do you have anything to add to that, Catalina?
So I wanted to say that some people, if they follow really a standard American diet, so they have very little fiber in their diet and a lot of carbs and processed foods, they can bet on their intestinal health to be really bad. So, because the carbohydrates and all this processed food really interfere with our good bacteria, and they feed the bacteria that can cause, really inflammation and infections. And they may experience with the introduction of these only 13 grams of fiber, although most of us need at least 30 to 50 grams of fiber per day. They may experience some bloating, right? And especially if you don't drink enough water, you may become constipated. Although for the most part, most people have had better bowel movements from the beginning. But some people needed a period of adjustment, like you said, like 1 to 2 weeks, depending on how inflamed they were and how their gut health was before this product. But I can tell you that even people that had IBS, so this irritable bowel syndrome, they improve tremendously. I mean, they almost forget that they had irritable bowel syndrome, which tells you a few things. You don't have to live with a label, with a chronic illness for which there's no resolution. You have to really go and look deeper at the root cause and fix it. And definitely gut health, again, is so important. So, yeah, absolutely. That's why, again, after this, most people say, wow, this was interesting. But then, oh, I have so much more energy. I personally took it also, and I'm taking it half a dose because I cannot afford to lose weight. But I just love the energy that it gives you, the focused energy, not the hyper. You're not like after a shot of coffee of espresso or something, buzzing, but you have focused energy. And again, less aches and pains, and definitely so much better gut function. So just wanted to add that.
Yes, and speaking about the energy, right? So I like talking about the energy switch, and I see it, all the time. Most people, I mean, they're usually stuck in the sugar burning mode. So their body really doesn't remember how to use fat for fuel. And then, after they use all the sugar, they crash, right? So this is an energy crash. And then they have those cravings again and then snack again. And this is kind of the repeating cycle, right? So that cannot stop. So you basically crave more than, like you eat, you snack, and then you crash, and it goes, on and on and on, right? So you're always on the constant roller coaster with your blood sugar spikes, right? And your body designed to burn both carbs and fat, right? So, if I can talk about hybrid car, that switches fuel, right, from one type to another type. So GLP-1 helps bring that switch back online. So can you explain to us what's going on when someone can access fat and how this system really helps with that?
Absolutely. So when people cannot mobilize fat stores when they exercise, and for really everyday energy production, you feel constantly tired. First of all, tired, depleted, and hungry. And people mistaken this really for the need for more carbs.
Mm.
It's a signal. And they get more carbs, they get more inflamed, more insulin, more fat stored around the waist. GLP-1 helps balance, healthy sugar levels, stimulates the pancreas to produce more insulin, to use these sugar carbohydrates that you're eating properly, and to help you and to help decrease the inflammation, then your cells and the mitochondria are able to produce better, to use the energy more efficiently from fat, carbs, and protein. And we need so many minerals and vitamins for one molecule of energy of ATP to be produced in the mitochondria. And if we don't have the proper vitamins like B2, B3, B1, magnesium in our body, then those fat stores cannot be used as fuel, and you produce actually more acid when you eat the saturated fat because it's not used as a fuel. And if your gut is not healthy, you will not absorb the right nutrients from the food, not to mention that the foods these days, right, are depleted of nutrients because the soil is depleted and because everything is bioengineered and artificially flavored and all these dyes and toxins. We're not going to go into that. But when your body is fed with nutritious foods, because now you're not craving all that plain carbs and snacks that are totally nutritionally depleted, then your body will be able to produce better energy. And then you feel not tired anymore. How many people say that are tired all the time? And then it's this roller coaster of I'm hungry, I'm tired, I snack, I get more tired, I crash. And it's a vicious cycle that you can definitely avoid if you take care of your body.
Yes, and again, I mean, this GLP-1 activator helps you to do that, helps you to activate this energy switch so you are not always fatigued, and actually you wake up and it doesn't really matter. So you might have a good night's sleep, maybe not, but you're still gonna produce the good energy because it works on the cellular level. And now I'm gonna switch our conversation and to my favorite topic and talk about cellular health, and a little bit I'll start with the cellular inflammation and what it is. It's when your body have this internal fire inside of it, and this internal fire it really damages your cells. It blocks your hormone signals, and it slows everything, including your metabolism. And your body just stops listening and hearing the message to burn fat. And then oxidative stress comes in, right? So when your cells are constant under this attack by this, internal fire by free radicals, and free radicals, those, the molecules that is not basically wasted out of your body, and they just, keep circling through, right? So, and how they produce with a poor diet, with the stress, with the pollution, with just, normal aging process. And again, I mean, they just bound around your body, and they hurt your cells. Okay, so they damage your cells. They make you age faster. So this is the aging when you just have so much oxidative stress in your body, right? And again, it leads to cellular damage, fatigue, all this, the aging process. So think of it this way, when we have slower metabolism, right? So we have more wrinkles, right? So we have, like a brain fog. Again, this is just the aging process. And when we eat all this high carbohydrate diet, when we don't exercise enough, when we eat gluten, hydrogenated oils, all this inflammatory food, we create more cellular inflammation in our body and more free radicals, right? And again, the inflammation increases free radicals. And now the question is what we can do to reduce this inflammation, right? So what we can do. And here where, I want to kind of bring the conversation of the epigenetic, right? So because epigenetic, this is something that sits on top of your DNA, and it basically influenced by your lifestyle, right? So, I mean, by the food that we eat, by everything that we do, right? By exercising, by, like, and that can reduce inflammation, that can reduce the effect of those free radicals, right? And once you do that, you can really change the expression of your genes. So you can turn good genes on and bad genes off. And one very important epigenetic factor that I want to bring up today, it's a pathway called NRF2, right? So we talked about in the beginning of this conversation about GLP-1 that regulates hunger and increase fat burning. But this pathway NRF2, it's your cellular cleanup, right? So when we actually take those garbage bags, right? So out of your body, it activates your detox system, antioxidant production, repair pathway. So Catalina, can you explain what is NRF2 and why this is critical for long-term health, for healthy aging, for reducing the effects of inflammation, and get rid of oxidative stress?
Absolutely. NRF2 was called probably one of the most like a key game changer discovery in this century by one of the major universities. So NRF2 is a protein that enters the nucleus and turns on certain genes, survival genes. And when activated, the genes encode certain proteins and enzymes, right? So when this protein enters the nucleus, it turns on a lot of survival genes, but mainly it increases the production basically of these antioxidant enzymes. You were talking about free radicals. So let's do some math here. These enzymes like superoxide dismutase, catalase, that are turned on by NRF2, this protein, can destroy up to 1 million molecules of free radicals per second. Millions, right? If you eat one antioxidant, okay, let's say, some berries or some, spinach or something, it's kind of 1-to-1, one antioxidant for one free radical. That's not very efficient, right? We want to leverage the power of antioxidant enzymes. So NRF2 is our way to do that. It also increases glutathione production, which is the most important antioxidant molecule in the body. And a lot of enzymes use glutathione to get rid of bad stuff, of toxins in our body. It reduces inflammation. It helps the cell detoxify, bad products, toxins, and everything. And it helps the cellular repair. It is mind-blowing that this is not used more, although there are so many studies about NRF2. And we know for sure that what we have is a fantastic product that can literally slow down aging, and has been shown that it can, prevent certain diseases even. So the problem is that in our body, this protein slows down with age, just like with everything else, right? We produce less and less. So that's why you have less cellular self-repair capacity. That's why these antioxidant enzymes decrease. And mind you, genetically, your antioxidant enzymes may not be produced at the level that they should. They don't function properly. And you're not going to find that out unless you do a DNA health, a genetic test that tells you exactly how your body works, how all the enzymes in the body work. So without that knowledge, you can really shoot yourself in the foot if you, just go about your life, eat whatever, say, oh, I want to live my life. I have only one life. Yes, but I think if we live our life healthy, we can really enjoy it more and for much longer. So there was a wonderful doctor, Dr. McCord, who is the one that discovered one of these wonderful antioxidant enzymes, superoxide dismutase. And he formulated and patented this product that we're very, very privileged to know about, called Protandim. And Protandim was such a major discovery at that time that over 30 universities did peer-reviewed studies on their own money, so not sponsored by the makers of Protandim, to study it in different diseases. And they have shown definitely the possibility for Protandim to possibly prevent things like Alzheimer and colon cancer, and definitely a lot of benefits in cardiovascular health. And we have more and more data since then. It's been a few decades since this product came to market, and more data is coming out. And definitely the combination of this product, NRF2 activator, Protandim, and GLP-1 is being studied and opens more and more doors, basically, because there's so many genes that are activated, and there's so much cellular repair and longevity benefits that occur when these products are used together. So yeah, that's another reason I am like, I am not stopping this.
Yes, this is huge. I mean, this is huge for all the benefits that you just uncovered for us, right? So, and again, I mean, like we're gonna uncover cellular inflammation decrease, right? So people can improve their sleep, improve their recovery, they'll get more clarity. So they'll get benefits for their brain, for their heart, for their cells. So really this powerful combination, why it, works together. It's very powerful, GLP-1 and this Protandim NRF2 product, right? So, and it's even, it helps upregulate hormones. And we talked about blood sugar and hunger and fat burning. So amazing products, and we see amazing results, right? So can you talk about your patients that you see in your practice, Catalina? So how, what results they see, and what results they report to you. So can you talk about that?
Absolutely. So, of course, these are all supplements, so we're not claiming to treat anything here or, diagnose anything. But because, again, there are so many illnesses that have at the basis inflammation and oxidative stress, we see improvements in so many parameters and so many symptoms because of this. So, we have seen people that have autoimmune diseases that have improved their symptoms and they've slowed down their progress. We've seen skin improvements. We've seen joint pains resolution. We've seen much better and faster recovery after surgeries. Definitely decrease inflammatory markers, and those can be done with any laboratory. Improvement in sleep, improvement in mood. A lot of people don't understand, I guess, that being depressed, it's not just a circumstance issue or a genetic issue or I need medication issue. No, actually, this is again a gut issue. Okay. And it's also a genetic issue in the sense that if you don't know how your genes, how your body works, how your enzymes work, you can actually, by what you eat and what you do, your lifestyle, can interfere with those enzymes that actually are involved in the production of the happy hormone, serotonin, and all the others. And so what you don't know can definitely harm you. I think that's the message there. You have to dive deeper in your body's mechanisms of action of functioning, so that you know exactly what to do, because you can change your environment. You cannot change your genes, but you can change the environment. You can change the way you eat, the way you exercise, when you exercise, what you're exposed to, in order to benefit your body, not to harm your body more. And by taking, we have very good friends that have been on these products for a very long time, and including the reporter that did the initial ABC News documentary on Protandim, and he's still taking this after again a few decades, and all of them have aged so well and they're so healthy. Of course, again, we're not claiming anything here in terms of prevention or treating medical problems, but if you can do anything to help your body age slower, healthier, and provide everything that your body needs, why not? Why not? And the ingredients are so, everybody has heard most likely of milk thistle and ashwagandha and green tea and maybe bacopa. So they're not things that you have never heard of, or you cannot envision, you cannot even pronounce, like all those chemicals in so many of our products and foods. Actually, unfortunately, these are plain simple products but put together in a certain way, they are making such a big impact on our health. And Protandim has 7 patents on it, so very well studied and very well done.
So well said about, if we want to, start taking care of ourselves and age gracefully, right? So, and be healthy. So again, I mean, why not to try what's really make a big, big difference? Again, just, speaking of myself, I mean, like, more than one size down, just, in 3 months, by taking this product, balanced mood, better sleep, definitely, because I mean I'm tracking all my metrics with biofeedback. And again, I mean it's beautiful to know that our body is not just broken. Our body is just missing this proper instructions, and when we give our body what it needs to support its function, right? So your body gonna thrive. And this two powerful system, GLP-1 and this NRF2, this is gives your body what it needs to heal. You can burn fat, you can uplift your energy, you will feel balanced again. And that's again, I mean, that was our intention to come up here and have this honest conversation with you. And we see it in my practice, so as well with my clients who take the GLP-1. And again, I mean, for people who question whether I'm going to lose pounds, I mean, there is much more. Again, we're talking about visceral fat. We talked about your measurement. So before you take this product, go to your doctor, and that's going to be a true indication that that product works. And do your metabolic panel. Do your metabolic panel so you can track your blood work before taking the product and 3 or 4 months after taking the product, so you can see the true result, right? So that whether it's for some people, again, I mean, like a pounds, for people, inches, lost or visceral fat, normalizing your all your metabolic markers, because again, guys, remember that your health starts at the metabolic level. Okay, so I mean, if you're metabolically healthy, so you're going to be healthy and you're going to live a long life. So this is why, this product really will help you to upregulate your metabolic system. It is going to help you to quiet the food noise, to lose weight, to sleep deeper, to feel energized, all those benefits. And start today. Start with Mind Body GLP-1 System plus Protandim and NRF2 Synergizes, because these two products together work beautifully, and they will give you the most benefits, right? So you can actually have this powerful transformation in your body. So what we're going to do, we're going to add a link below this video so you can get started right away. And tell us, Catalina, so when people subscribe for at least 3 months, they get some discounts, right? So, and again, I mean, like, try this product at least for 3 months to see like real results. So tell us about the discount with the subscription.
Yeah, so the price for one-time purchase is, $20 actually more than if you buy it, as a subscription. And the thing is that it does not make sense to buy a one time. This is not you're trying a new, I don't know, perfume or something. This is you're attempting to improve your health. Your GLP-1 will increase 140% on the average. That's what happened in the clinical trials. And you are going to give your body so much more health, basically. You'll become so much more healthier. And you want to take it every day on a regular basis and do your part in terms of drinking enough water, which is an ounce per kilogram, eating enough protein, which is almost 0.8 to a gram per pound, and having fiber, having good foods, healthy foods, organic, farm, bought from farmers, so that you don't load up your body with toxins. And if you do your part and you're consistent, I have yet to see somebody that has not seen results. My husband lost 30 pounds with these products, Protandim and the GLP-1, in a little bit over 3 months, 3 months and a few days, 30 pounds. And he has not bought a chocolate since late August and the end of August, when he started actually the product. So for him, it's a huge, huge change. And for me, it's a proof that anyone can change their taste buds, even in their 50s. So definitely is never too late. The clinical trials were with people between 31 and 70 something year old, with weight up to 400, over 400, I think 467 pounds. And everybody noticed improvement. And again, you have to give your chance. You have to give your body the chance to improve, to become healthier in a natural way. And it's an investment in your health, like literally, like just like you invested your time to listen to this webinar, which we're grateful to put together for you, because again, we are passionate about helping people become healthier and the best version of themselves. And the same thing is for you to invest 3 months of your life at least, and the money to become healthier, because health is wealth. Without health, we have nothing. And I see this, every day. So I'm really passionate about it. So with subscription, you receive definitely a discount, a 10% discount. And then you also receive rewards, with purchases. So we're going to drop the links below. And, any questions, feel free to post in the comments, and we'll be happy to respond. And we'll follow up on this if If you resonate with what we talked about, please feel free to comment in and tell us so that we can bring you more of these insights in the future.
Yes, yes, absolutely and definitely. And I just want to add into that um, take the time, as Catalina said, to invest in your health. And again, I mean, once you know what to do, I mean, again, I mean, like when you start taking this supplements, be aware of your eating habits. Again, I mean, all the cravings, I mean, that will be reduced, right? By taking the supplements, your taste buds are going to be adjusted very quickly. But be mindful of what you eat. And what we're saying is that don't go to the fast food places and don't eat this toxic food that, like full of toxic load that creates those the free radicals in your body. Yes, it's going to help, but we don't want to reintroduce the toxic load. So be aware of that and eat clean, eat whole foods, right? So don't compromise. Drink a lot of water, right? So, and that product is going to work for you. And again, we're, open for your questions. And, when you get this email with this video, so you're always welcome to reply back with all your questions, text us back, and we will come up with more educational series on metabolic health. Thank you, Catalina, for coming up with me today, and we thank you for your precious time, for spending this 1 hour with us. And again, all the links is below this video. We'll talk to you soon, guys. Bye.
Thank you so much. It was wonderful.